Video game, flash, fiction. This is a 90-minute writing game starting right now. As soon as I press this button and it actually starts to tick down the time. This 90-minute writing game ends in 90 minutes, of course. And to be able to make this a challenge is what's going to happen is I'm going to randomly select one of these Atari 2600 cartridges, slot it in the console, play the game, and write an intellectual property free flash fiction story within 90 minutes. And what does that look like? Well, let's go ahead and roll this dice right here. This is the 6-sided dice for the columns we see here. 1 through 6. 1, we got the far column right over there. And this is a 10-sided dice, 1 through 10, top to bottom. 9. Whoa, what do we got here? We got some game called Star Voyager. Let's go ahead and slot this thing in. But most of all, let's just make sure we're all live. Oh boy, that didn't sound good. Well, let's go ahead and preview it. This is what the actual artwork looks like for Star Voyager. I feel like this game will be about space, and maybe the story will be the same. And I need to use the video game system Joy controllers. 1 and 2 player game. Ugh, Jesus. Just sounds bad. Okay. Star Voyagers. We're going through space, Star Voyagers. And that space journey and that voyage begins right now. And there's some combustion engine sound coming through the speakers. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit. That was awkward. I don't know how to do anything right now. I'm just going through stars. It's like I'm hyper warping. Oh, I need a target somehow back and forth. I'm not very good at this. I've died. So my star voyaging consists of shooting at things. Little dots are going. I'm trying to get. Wow, this is a lack of much of anything right now. Some spaceships are shooting at me for some reason. And I'm just flying through space. All right, I got something. I'm getting fired at. Come on now. Like, I appreciate these weird sounds going on here, but I don't know exactly what they mean. Looks like I got a shields at 8% now. I know it's really hard to see with the... Yeah, now I'm dead. Huh. That's Star Voyager. You just shoot things and try to stay alive. For one reason or another. Your voyage in the star consists of shooting at stuff. One more time. There's got to be something to this. I've destroyed one thing before. Right here. The previous one. Come on. I mean, those are things... Yeah, they're taking away my shields. Like, each one of those hits takes away, like, 19 shields. Oh, right. Unless I can shoot them. It sounds like some number station. Oh. That's the thing I want to shoot at now. Man, it's a much better shot and flying machine than I can provide here. I'm trying to star voyage here. And all I see is stars and bullets and oddly shaped... Hey, I destroyed something. Wow. Huh. That's Star Voyager. Star Voyager? Star Voyager. Star Voyager. Yeah, boy, this is not that inspiring. um, Another game where you're in space and you shoot at things. That's not exciting. But let's make it exciting. Leave it up to the writer. Let's write the story to make it awesome. Everyone's going to want to play this game after I write Star Voyager, the flash fiction story. I mean, I've had games sort of like this. I think Star Raiders is very similar to this. Shocking, I know. Step back. There's a couple other games that were very similar, but Star Raiders. Why? What do you? No, Star Voyagers. I'm thinking of a different game that was very similar mechanics. This one's called Star Voyagers. So we're at least going someplace. We're not just trying to kill a thing without purpose. I just got to think of that purpose. We could be shooting space junk, but those ships look like they're maneuvering and firing bullets back at us, so it seems like they're aggressive as well. So I can't necessarily say there's some passive space junk and I'm voyaging through space, shooting space junk. Maybe I've just crossed the line. I found first contact and a flash fiction story based upon these mechanics of this game right now within the next, hour 83 minutes. My mind's not processing a whole lot right at this point. Yeah. Star Voyager. If I say that enough, maybe a story will exist. And there's definitely, like, on the screen I'm seeing, it doesn't come up too well because of the reflection. The camera at a distance, but there is some sort of block square that seems to indicate enemies, and I call them enemies only because they're shooting at me before I shoot at them. But I must be the aggressor. If I'm the one voyaging, I'm entering their territory. I wonder if this could be, I'm just trying to think kind of what would happen if an alien came to Earth, it wouldn't need to really try to take it over with spaceships and war. They'd just have to get on social media and manipulate everybody long enough they'll end up hating each other, happening now. This also reminds me a little bit of a game called Space Attacks. I'm looking it over at the M Network instruction manual over there. I had played that one before. I don't think I've ever played Star Voyager. So this Star Voyager, I think, might be about the humans going to some universe, solar system, and they're seen as the aggressors. That's the story for now. I haven't started a story in dialogue for a while. Maybe they'll do that today to make this a little bit, different. Something. I don't know. Struggling today. This just doesn't seem to flow as well as I would want it to flow. Being attacked. We're voyaging the stars and someone's trying to kill us. That's the story. What'd be a good opening dialogue? What'd be a good sentence to open up this dialogue with? Maybe I give no... There's There's a, we're being shot at. I don't want to go second person. I feel like I did second person recently. Let's go third person. Astronaut. Astronaut. Not. I don't know how to spell astronaut. I'm going to look up astronaut real quick so I don't feel too foolish because I'm going to be using it a lot. I want to make sure. Oh, it's no GHT. Huh. Okay. Let's, you. Astro. Not. That is not how I think and see that word. It says astronaut Bailey. Let's case that. No, astronaut Bailey. I guess I could play this off to be like some sort of Star Trek thing. Star Voyager. But it's not like Star Trek, right? So I don't want to tap into that intellectual property. That'd be cheating a little bit. But I just say like. That is not the same as exactly like or the same. It is similar and maybe a direct ripoff. Man, yeah, just I guess if you have two players, you hunt each other down. That could be kind of like. I'm going to play this again. I got 99 shields. And every time I fire, it seems like I lose energy or something. And then every time one of those cluster bombs. Hey, I just shot something. But I only have 62 shields left. Oh, we got something in our targets. And it's like the only way it can. This probably could be fun if you actually play, at the same time, a two-player dual screen, but I don't think that happens. A little complicated for the 2600. I don't know. Something happened. Did I shoot the thing? I don't think so. I got 27 shields left. I haven't blown up. And then I die. I have not successfully voyaged. Maybe you don't know. Like, that's just it. You're in space. It's not like you have a universal. Well, you could. I could fictionalize. They have a universal communicator that somehow is translating some alien language and warning signs, and they don't pay attention to it. But if I build up a whole bunch of story, and then they just enter space and die, that's not too bad either. Like, that's what would kind of happen. You wouldn't know. And it'd be done. So let's act as if they're sort of like they're voyaging. And then they just enter a universe, and then they just quickly die without understanding. Sort of similar to say, well, it wouldn't happen in our case because we don't have the technology to be able to really have space fights right now. And, given our trajectory of self-destruction, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon to get to build up that level. Even with our self-destruction, I don't think we need to get to space to kill each other. We will, maybe. However, we seem to do a good job of killing each other without leaving and going into space. So why? Let's make it all utopia. Let's do that. Let's say there's peace on Earth. After, how did peace happen? Businesses? No. If anything, corporations want the fight to continue so they can control the people and the money. After global peace, after the global, how about the unified Earth? with the voting. Let's see. Let's make it of Canada. Let's just Canada. Ratified with the votes from citizens of every country. A new era. Era? E-R-A, era? A new era of technology launched into space to voyage and find means to live beyond the galaxy. Okay, so we have this after the Unified Earth Treaty ratified with the votes from citizens of every country. The majority of votes from the majority of the citizens, from the majority. So let's just say, someone's going to disagree. There's just people that want to kill each other, and that makes. I get it. Well, I mean, I get it. Why people feel this way. I don't get why they have to continually want to kill each other. Well, certain leaders want it to happen, so certain followers are too stupid to think for themselves. A new era technology launched into space. Launched space? Wow, that technology can launched into space. To voyage and find planets to grow the new utopia. Okay. From the moon to Mars to Pluto. The unified Earth slowly spread through the, what is it? It's our universe. Slowly spread through the universe. Through the universe. Let's not have a double the. We don't need too many articles. Spread through the universe. From the moon to the Mars to the Mars. I mean, there's only one moon, but there's potentially, let's just say the Mars. To Mars to Pluto. The unified Earth slowly spread through the universe, populating planets and spreading peace. After centuries and advancement in technology, the first space voyage to another galaxy light years away launched from Pluto, because we got to go to Pluto Station 5. That way there's at least 4 others. It seems big. Pluto Station 5. All right, so we now have this sort of utopian that spread. I think they're just gonna die, because it seems like there's not a lot to build up a story in this. There's Space Voyager, and you're getting shot at. So we got to make some Space Voyagers, and I think just it's going to end as they're going to get shot and blow up, and no one's going to really understand why. At least that's what I'm thinking now. Of course, let's write the story. I'm probably going to change my mind halfway through. It happens. Let me move this over here so I can better focus on the words as they're coming out. Yeah, Space Voyager. So after centuries in advancement in technology, the first Space Voyager to another galaxy light years away launched from the Pluto Station 5. And let's put this in case. Oh, Star Voyager, not Space Voyager. Did I call this Star Voyager or Space Voyager? Because we're voyaging the stars. Voyager. Let's make sure I have the right file name. Star Voyager. Okay, good. I don't want to voyage space. I'm voyaging the stars to another galaxy light years away from Pluto Station 5. Wah-ah-ah. Yes, it's hideous. It's scary. We're going to another place. Now we're going to have like the travel time. What was the first Star Voyager, not Space Voyager. Star Voyager. Space Voyager is what you use when you're in a universe and you're going between planets. But a Star Voyager is much grander. Star Voyager 1. Thrust from Pluto, carrying a 5-person crew through the stars at light speed toward Andromeda. What's the closest galaxy? Andromeda. That's what I was thinking. Maybe. Messer 31. I'm reading about it has barred spiral structure. Okay, so let's do that. Andromeda. Let's not try to say that anymore because I'll just sound like an idiot. There we are. That's the galaxy they're going to. Thrust from Pluto, carrying a 5-person crew through the stars at light speed toward the Andromeda galaxy, searching for life. We seek peace. Signaled from the ship. In all known languages, of course, all known languages. While the crew rotated between guiding the ship and maintaining the navigating agency to guide them to support the humans inside the sleep pods. How long does this go? 40 light years later? You know? 40 light years, 40, let's say 5, let's say 4 light years. Yeah, I mean, that just seems like a decent amount of time. 4 light years. Years later, the navigation agency reports four light years. I think, do I want lights years? 4 lights years? 4 light years. Let's not do that. 4 light years later, the navigating agency reports we have scanned. Now, it'll be like, our scan reports. What would it report? It would report like indicators of a spaceship. Four light years later, and before entering the Andromeda. I don't know where my mind is at, and looking at English letters this morning and trying to form a word, but it's certainly not on this one and how to pronounce it right, but that's fine. If this is the worst thing that happens to me today, and the most foolish I look today, well, I'll consider it a good day. 4 light years later, and before entering the Andromeda. Come on, there's got to be a Wikipedia that gives me some sort of pronunciations here. I'm going to go to that real quick and see if there is a way that I can learn how to pronounce this. I'm trying to... come on. There we go. Maybe this one right here will give it to me. How does it pronounce? I mean, supposedly it's just easy to say. Yeah, my mind's so gone. Andromeda? And it's just not Andromeda, though. And Andromeda. I guess it could be Andromeda Galaxy. 4 light years, and before entering Andromeda, the navigating agency reports let's see, what is it? How gendered is this person? 1, 2 male, 3, 4 female, 5, 6 gender neutral. It's 2. Let's just go. Let's do that again. Male, female. Okay. It's going to be non-gendered name. Non-gendered pronouns. And that's fine. They're beyond that. They're beyond gender at this point in time. They're just, they see each other for who they are. And yes, gender is part of that, but it's not all the story. Especially if there's a society that sort of has more equal status. And this is utopia, so I'm gonna say that exists. That's just how it is. I use Remy a lot, or Rem. Let's not use that today. Salny. Salny stands from the navigation seat. And closes The entertainment pad. Stopping the replay of I don't know. I'm trying to Star Trek, sure. I can give it a call out. I'm not going to make a story based upon Star Trek, but they can definitely be looking and watching Star Trek. Star Trek. Stopping the replay of the new season of Star Trek. Closing their Ansible. Oh gosh, I should definitely use Ansible. Like one of the more famous sort of ways to communicate instantaneously. Who was the Ansible creator? At least Ursula K. Le Guin, if I remember right. And I know it's been used by other science fiction writers. Stands from the navigator's seats and closes their Ansible. Stopping the replay of the new season of Star Trek. Report NA. The navigating agency beeps twice. I'm getting shot at. I'm just about dead. There we go. I'm gone. And that was the game. That's what's going to happen, basically. There's going to be a bunch of setup for the travel, and then just going to get shot. Maybe maybe because they're just so... they found inner peace with the humans, and then they find warring aliens, and you know what happens. Report NA. The navigation and agency beeps twice. Two unknown spacecraft near approaching from our... Oh man, totally not even thinking of ship directions right now. Starboard, aft. It's not the aft, right? Locations on a normal ship. Like, I'm just trying to think of port side, stern, the rear of the ship, opposite of the bow. Starboard, the right side of the ship when facing forward, opposite of the port. Stern, the rear of the ship. Top side, the top portion of the ship. Underdeck. Okay, well, thank you very much. It is not aft. It is port. What side is this? It's the bow. Okay, the fore or the bow. The bow. So I got to try to think. So we got the bow, we got starboard, we got port side, we got the aft or stern. I'm going to use bow and stern. The fore and the aft. Although that's more descriptive, the fore and the aft. So two are approaching from the bow. As they slam into the seat and hit buttons and yank on the firing stick. Moving the what are we moving here? We're moving something. We're moving something. The firing stick moving, the targeting, the crosshairs on the screen to track the flying object. I don't want this to be a story about how moving to Utopia is going to set us up for being destroyed by aliens, because we're going to believe in peace and harmony, and not have some sort of means for global protection. So they obviously also can fire, so they've thought about weapons during the Star Voyager. It's not a Star battlecraft though, so it's not exactly armed to the teeth, as if it were an animal with teeth. Armed to the teeth. That is a very stupid way to describe someone who has a lot of weapons. I'm just now realizing. Unless, of course, it's an animal with big jaw and sharp teeth, then they are technically armed to the teeth. But this is not going to be armed to the teeth. They're just going to be armed. Flying object. The warning system beeps. Beeps and a bright flash. There's a bright flash. Shoots. Suits from the unknown spaceship. Shaped like a... it's shaped like a bird. What is that thing shaped like? Let's look at that one more time. Let's get the shape of it. It's kind of... Did I just run into it? I think I did. Alright, I got one. You're dead. Take that, space creature. Show you my dominance. Where are you at? Right there. It's tricky. I'm gonna die soon. I don't even know what they look like. Crabs. The brief image I see when they come close, they look like crabs. I'm just gonna say that. I could reference other sort of science fiction stories because they kind of look like Vulcan's bird of prey, but I'm gonna exclude Star Trek. Maybe I shouldn't. A known spaceship shaped like a Vulcan. Not the Vulcan, I'm thinking Klingon. Sorry. I got my science fiction mixed up. Klingon bird of prey. And I did note that they were watching Star Trek beforehand. What? One of unknown ship shaped like... And I'll have it in dialogue. It's shaped like a Klingon bird of prey. Pressing the wake button to alert the crew. All right, so now I have the navigating agency. I mean, this doesn't like. What's the? This is no story. I mean, I'm just not. This is. I mean, there's nothing. There's no conflict. I mean, I guess the conflict is person versus the unknown. I don't know. Person versus space. Person versus technology. Person versus self. Person versus. Yeah. I'm trying to construct something here, and it's just not working out. The warning system beeps as a bright flash shoots from the unknown spaceship. It's shaped like a Klingon bird of prey, says Selene, pressing a wake button to alert the crew. A glittering blast shakes the ship. And decreases the shields, the light speed shields, because you know light speed shields. Okay, let's get rid of that. All that time I'm trying to house spell astronaut, and I'm haven't used it yet. Selene stands from their navigation seat and closes their ansible, stopping the replay of a new season of Star Trek. Report NA, the navigating agency beeps twice. 2 unknown spacecraft are approaching from the bow. They just dived port side, shouts Selene as they slam into the seat and hit buttons and yank the firing stick, moving the crosshairs on the screen to track the flying object. What? Says Selene. The warning system beeps as a bright flash shoots from the unknown spaceship. It's shaped like a Klingon bird of prey, says Selene, pressing the wake button to alert the crew. A glittering blast shakes the ship and decreases the light speed shields, sending peace signals. Says Selene, while the navigating agency we should shoot at it. Shoot. How? Like killing it? What is it? What do I call this? The universal something. I'm going to go that route. The Unified Earth Treaty. Isn't it against the Unified Earth Treaty? Only against Earthlings. The Unified Earth Treaty only protects those from Earth. I think it's just going to be a bunch of talking. He says. Another bolt fires. Another blast. Another what? What did I call it beforehand? Bright flash shoots from the unknown spaceship. Unknown. My unknown spaceship. Let's put an N right there. Make this an actual word that makes sense. The unknown spaceship. That is fantastic. We have this unknown spaceship. This unknown spaceship, I think, is just they're gonna die. I mean, I don't know how long of a story this is really gonna be today. It's a little bit odd. Yeah, the Unified Earth Treaty only protects those from Earth, says I want to change this because this is the navigating agency. Agents, as if there's more than one. Let's just say agency. Says Unified Earth. What is Salny? Salny is the name. Salny yanks the shooting stick. And fires photons, glittering photons. Selene yanks the shooting stick. The aiming. And rapidly presses the red fire button. And launches glittering photons into empty space. Oh, wait, I can't do that yet. I do want these words, though. Because I got to have them want to not kill. The aiming stick. Shoot. How? Like killing it? That's against... Rattles the hole. And something's going on here. I have words. We're moving. We got 40 minutes left. I'm feeling a little bit confident about this story, maybe. I mean, it's not great, but it's words. Let's push it. So I just kind of wanted to end without any hurrah. Like all of a sudden they just get destroyed. End of story. Much like this game. It just ends. And I have no idea what the story is about. And there's not a lot here that's giving me any inspiration for this detail that exists already, much less more detail. But that's where the imagination comes in. I think this at least fits it. It's short. After centuries of advancement in technology, the first star voyage locked in light years from Pluto, Station 5. After centuries of advancement and overpopulation, the first star Voyager launches a mission to another galaxy light years away, thrust from Pluto. Okay, so let's get back down to here. Let's get this fight going. I don't know. This just doesn't feel like it's a day where this is going to be, or a time, or a stream, or whatever increment or frame of time one wants to call this moment. It's going to last much longer. I may be the end of the story. Salni rapidly presses the red firing button and launches glittering photons in empty space, depleting their energy and for shields and space flight. The other spaceship dives and twists and launches photons, slamming that rock that shake and break the ship. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just declare war. I don't, is this the end? The ship blows up. That would be my story. There's not much of a story. What is the story even about then? It's about, what's the conflict? I mean, they have to go there for overpopulation. The ship explodes, decreasing the population of the United Earth. And triggering I don't know. This is I'm what else could be? I mean, I have there's at least motive. Overpopulation I put in there. Overpopulation. And spread peace. Overpopulation and spread peace. And they fell at that. Launch a mission to another galaxy. Light years away. Discover new worlds. And spread peace to another galaxy light years away from the Pluto Station 5. Star Voyager run thrust from Pluto, carrying a 5-person crew through the stars at night. At light speed. At night. I mean, at night. What am I thinking? Through space. It'd be like outer space, but I'm just going to say space for now. It's going to be an assumption that I'm going to have to make that people will understand what I mean right there. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I always hope they do. I never believe they are able to. We seek peace signaled from the ship in all languages while the crews took rotating. While the crews rotated. And I got to get past and I got to rotate, because I think I've went signals. Let's get rid of past tense. Make it all present. Beeps twice. Yes, yes. I'm going to do this. Let's do word count real quick. There's lots of stars in here. 386. So I at least kind of have some reason they got to go there. Overpopulation, spread peace. And they don't. Because they don't know how to communicate with other people other than humans. All right, there's that sound again. We're flying through space, and oh my gosh, there's a spaceship now. It's attacking us for some reason. This is how the war starts. This is how it goes. The Star Voyager. Maybe that's the name of it, the Star Voyager. Let's do that. Let's call it the Star Voyager. Star Voyager 1. Okay, I got that. I got the primary character to sort of get this around. We have the navigating agency, and I'm destroyed. I'm gone. I'm dead. I launched from Earth, went light years away, and all of a sudden, boom. And it's kind of, tongue-in-cheek. Maybe at the end, the ship explodes, decreasing the population of the United Planets of Earth by 5 and triggering a war between the universes. It does the opposite. Just stay home. That's a bad... yeah. Fun times. I have nothing else for this story today. I think this is going to be it. There's not a lot to go on, a lot of inspiration I'm feeling. I think this is a story. Does it have a plot, climax, resolution? Sure. Is it good? It's a story. It's words. They're ordered in a way to sort of tell a story. It's not bad. It's maybe bad. It's not good. It's okay. Not even okay, likely. What else could I add? What else could I do to this to make it feel... This is it, Star Voyager. Your mission for peace did not work out. And let's go ahead and let's read this aloud for today. I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. I'm not inspired by a lot of what I see today, obviously. The story seems a little lacking. But it could have meaning and it could be good during the future when I read it and be like, wow, this is neat. Unlikely, but possible. Every story can be good after editing, just depending on how much time you really want to spend editing the story. Eventually, it might be worth reading. All right, well, this story is worth something. I don't know if it's worth reading. I don't know if it's worth the energy cost that was consumed to create it. But it is definitely a story. I believe it's a story. There is some sort of plot here. There's a conflict. I feel like there's sort of a resolution. It gets resolved. Maybe. Let's read this aloud and be done with life for today. That's Steyer. Let's read this and be done with this story for the day and continue life to focus on something else, other stories. Because I feel like I'm at a wit's ends a little bit at this one, how to make it and give it more detail with the lack of detail that I see on the screen right now, zooming through space in our star Voyager. Let's maybe turn up the sounds. We'll get our combustion sounding engine. There's our combustion. There we go. This video game flash fiction story for today is called Star Voyager. Star Voyager. After the Unified Earth Treaty ratified with the votes from the majority of the citizens of every country, a new era of technology launched into space to voyage and find planets to grow the new utopia. From the moon to Mars to Pluto, the unified Earth slowly spreads through the universe, populating planets and spreading peace. After centuries of advancement in technology and overpopulation, the first Star Voyager launches a mission to discover new worlds and spread peace to another galaxy light years away from Pluto Station 5. Star Voyager 1 thrusts from Pluto, carrying a 5-person crew through space at light speed toward Andromeda galaxy, searching for life. We seek peace, signals from the ship in all known languages, while the crews rotate between guiding the ships and maintaining the navigating agency to support the humans inside the sleeping pods. 4 light years later, and before entering the Andromeda, the navigating agency reports, our scans report indicators of a spaceship. Salni stands from their navigation seat and closes their Ansible, stopping the replay of a new season of Star Trek. Report, NA. The navigating agency beeps twice. 2 unknown spacecraft are approaching from the bow. They just dive portside, shouts Salni, as they slam into the seat and hit buttons and yank the firing stick, moving the crosshairs on the screen to track the flying object. What? Says Salni. The warning system beeps as a bright flash shoots from the unknown spaceship. It's shaped like a Klingon bird of prey, says Salni, pressing the wake button to alert the crew. A glittering blast shakes the ships and decreases the light speed shields. Sending peace signal, says Salni, while the navigating agency says we should shoot it. Salni yanks the aiming stick. Shoot. How? Like killing it? That's against the Unified Earth Treaty. The Unified Earth Treaty only protects those from Earth, says the navigating agency. Another blast rattles the hull and vibrates the aiming stick. Salni rapidly presses the firing button and launches glittering photons into empty space, depleting their energy for shields and spaceflight. The other spaceship dives and twists, launching photons that shake and break apart Star Voyager 1. Star Voyager 1 explodes, decreasing the population of the United Planets of Earth by 5 and triggering a war between the universes. Okay, that's the story for today. I don't know how I feel about that story. It is some sort of story that's now going to be committed right here and be done. Star Voyager is Voyager. Let's spell that right. And again, all these stories may end up someday in a book like this. Video game flash fiction. That's the front. This is the back. All this can be found on Amazon or at any Comic-Con or book festival I appear at. And until the next stream, and until the next time, let's remember to continue to write as much as possible and realize it takes lots of editing to sometimes make a story. And sometimes those stories, like the one of the day, will not work out. So let's go ahead and turn this game off. And let's put the cartridge in the stack of cartridges to maybe someday be in a book. And find a way to write. Somehow, someplace, sometime. And until the next stream, which will be happening the same time, 1 week from today. Or maybe, if you're viewing this on YouTube during the future, I have the same advice for you. Live life, experience it. You'll find more stories than you will just reading a book about life. Until then, until the next write, game on.